Bro, so the biggest thing about Max Holloway versus Illia, that fight was gonna be a fucking boxing fight regardless of what happened, bro. Basically trying to not play Illia's game. It's kind of sad, but it's because Max knows what would happen if he did play into the boxing, you know what I'm saying? You cannot play into the boxing with somebody that's a better boxer than you, and I want to explain exactly why he's a better boxer. Like, he's doing things that not even pro boxers can do. Like, I'm trying to explain this to you. There's pro boxers that don't even do this. Like, this is only, like, Lomachenko kind of does it like this, but he could be a pro boxer. He's good enough to do that. He could be the best boxer in the world, I'm sure, if he tried to. If he tried to, he's really that good. Go find me a clip of some boxer doing the exact same style that he's got. It's not very common. It's not common. The most common style is punch in and out of range. That's the most common style. If you're gonna build off of that, you can learn how to counter, learn how to do all that. He's built off of it in a way that nobody does, which is slipping and counter. Slipping and counter. He doesn't just counter, he adds slipping into it. Slipping into his punches. Slipping into his punches and countering. Like, that's a style. That's three steps that you have to hit. And most people, even boxers, can only hit about 2 or 1 of those steps. They're just really good at those. But if you can get some dude that can do those other steps, and they can balance it out to a point where they can just shit on a dude that's only got 1 of those steps, that's good at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, he's revolutionizing fighting, not just MMA fighting, because MMA it's a different, because it's a distance. It's a different distance. So you have to learn how to close the distance even more, even in a better way than boxing. So MMA fighters, Illia Topuria arguably closes the distance better than boxers. Think about it. They have to worry about closing the distance more because there's more of a threat. There's more kicks. There's more strikes coming at you. You have to learn how to close the distance better versus just throwing punches. Think about it. This is the best counter puncher we've seen in a minute. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, Connor was up there, but that's because he revolutionized the pull and the counter, the pulling out of space and hopping back into the void. I put myself in a fight. I don't just watch as a fan. I pretend that I'm fighting these dudes in my head, bro. Like, I'm not just watching, bro. I want to be the best fighter ever too. So I'm trying to learn. So you listen to me, bro. Like, I'm paying more attention than most of these motherfuckers. I'm not just looking at a fight, bro. I just wish you just look at Max and he's just holding on to his right hand. Like, he's not throwing it. And he's not throwing it because he doesn't know what to do after he throws it. Illia knows what to do after he throws his right hand, bro. All Max can do after throwing the right hand, all he thinks in his fucking head, because he hasn't been taught this in boxing, is you throw the right, and you either have to pull out of the void because he's gonna be there ready to counter, or you have to use the momentum and the weight shift to throw a hook. So you have to 4-3. That's the only thing you have. That's the only thing you can do in this situation. If you actually throw your right and throw him the power shot, he thinks that's his only option. That's not your only option. Your only option is not to throw the right and then pull out because you're in void because you overextended. Illia overextends. Shut the fuck up. No, he doesn't overextend. Shut up. It's all smart. It's all smart. He's not throwing like Max and then thinking he has to do this. No, bruh. You don't have to sit there and exchange in the pocket. You can just slip into the pocket, bro. It's that simple, bro. Like, it's like jumping off of a ledge. Like, it's jumping off of a cliff into water, bro, from high depths, bro. Like, it's a little scary. It's a little scary to take that jump into the void, because that's danger. That's danger zone. It's scary. People aren't taught this. Let me show you right now exactly what the fuck I mean. If I throw my right, obviously I'm gonna be available right here overextended, so I'm gonna have to either pull out to get out of the way, to get out of the void, or I'm gonna have to throw another 3. I'm gonna have to do that. No, you fucking don't. No, you don't, bro. That's my whole fucking point. Look, this is what he does. He from the fucking he's like, so you catch that weight from your right? You catch it right here, and then you like I made it look so easy. It's really that easy. You catch it, and then you're not hittable anymore. You're not hittable after you do that. You don't have to cover up here. Oh no, you just now not only do you have this weight transfer that you can throw, or this one, you can also hold up your guard. You can also start to like do it again. You could do it again. You could do it to the other side. You could circle out. This is a whole different style of fighting that people don't understand. And I'm telling you, bro, don't listen to anybody else. I'm telling you, bro. I'm filling your ass in right now, bro. Pause. No Diddy. Illia would never, or not Illia, Max would never do this. He would never. He has the power to. He's strong enough to. There's just something in his brain that tells him this is danger. I'm not gonna overextend and put myself in this position. Illia puts himself in this position because there's no problem. Because he knows what to do once he gets in that position. He knows that he can throw. I guess in this case he threw a 3. Max assumed that he'd have to meet him in the middle and throw an overhand to meet him in the middle. Like right there, bro. Like, and then he's safe because he hopped with it. He's safe because he hopped with his 2. Every time he hops with his following shot after throwing a 2, whether that be to change angles or load into a left hook. So what I'll show to you right now is what I mean. So he'll bounce after throwing his 2 every time. So he'll throw his 2, and if he wants to throw another 3 or another hook, then he'll bounce like he would to take the angle, right? He'll throw it over, but he'll bounce into this. So it's bounce. That's what it is. And Alex Pereira does it so much. It's almost like a circle. Like whenever you bounce, it's almost like a circle. You look at his back leg, and it's falling in, and this is the ground. Once it connects, there's so much fucking torque you get. So much fucking torque. I feel like Joe Rogan. So much fucking torque. Fucking. Because you sink into it. So what you can do is you go, jump, and it's all from that little hop that I did. The little hop after I throw the 2. Because Max thinks that he's stuck right here. Like I said, he thinks he's stuck after he throws the 2. But me, I do this, I do that. I do this, I do that. I do this, I do that. I do that, I do that. I do this, I do that. I keep falling. I keep falling. I keep falling. I keep falling in my shit. I look stupid though. Unfortunately, Max just doesn't know how to do what you have to know how to do to beat this kind of style. You have to counter everything. Everything, you have to fight fire with fire, bro. Every time. If you don't know the solution to how he's hitting you with this fire, how can you fucking rebuttal, my boy? How the fuck can you rebuttal? The only reason that Volk got KO'd is because he got walked down, because he doesn't know how to slip and not keep moving backwards. To slip and not just keep moving backwards. He doesn't know how to slip and just fucking fall into it for once. Just fall into it for once. Slip, fall into that shit for once. Slip, fall into that shit for once. Another one, like, fall into it so you can build off of you have to build off. You have to build combinations up. It's not just one. It's not just one in the one. Let me fake and then I get in. It's not just fucking faking around, bro. You gotta actually be able to. You gotta be able to bang in the pocket. And then from that point, then you can learn how to. If this dude's gonna try to bang in the pocket with me right now, I'm gonna just pull fucking counter. Make him think, pull. Like, it's just simple shit, bro. It's simple shit, bro. Like, I love this shit, bro. Fighting's great. And I'm trying to tell you, but none of y'all are gonna fucking listen. But nobody knows this shit. All these fucking channels that break the fights down, they don't know this shit. They don't actually know how to fight. We're noticing a new era of fighting. Illia's right. This is a whole new skill. A whole new skill to slip with your punches. New in boxing. Yeah, whether it be boxing, whether it be MMA, this is new shit. It's only new because the distance is so different in MMA. You have to learn how to do this shit. And you don't have to learn how to do it in boxing because you could just hold a high guard in boxing. You can hold a high guard in boxing and you can't just cover your face up. Or no, and you can just cover your face up. But in this, you actually have to use the distance. The distance is way more like clear in this. Like look at Bivol, like he has good distance management, but most of the time he's just holding his fucking high guard up and getting whammed on. You can do that in boxing. Can't do that in MMA, bro. You gotta actually move around, because if you don't, you're gonna get knocked the fuck out and there's nowhere to fucking block. Maybe if you could shove really good, like Sean Strickland. But if not, and even if you can shove really good, you gonna run into a dude that knows how to throw a left hook. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. He knows how to spin off that left hook. Look at that KO, because that's the KO I was talking about. Look at his technique on the left hook. You could do the same shit if you just off of the right, bro. I'm trying to tell you, if you just listen to what I'm saying to you right now, maybe you'll be a better fighter. And maybe Max would be a better fighter too if you listen to what I'm saying right now. But I'm saying it's easy to say that. It's easy to say that. Oh, you're just sitting in your fucking room. You don't know shit. You don't know shit about fighting. I mean, I guess I know more than Max. I guess I know more than Max. But because Max isn't a boxer, this is Illia's style right now that he just found is developed from boxing, but it's not useful as to the extent as it is in MMA. In MMA, this shit is unbeatable almost. And you can only guy, in my opinion, that will kind of butt heads with this kind of style is Conor McGregor, because he also knows how to kind of slip in. Towards the end of his career, he learned how to ground a little bit more. So he learned how to slip in his punches. That's grounding. He learned how to do that a little bit more. But he also has this in the back of his head. So, oh, if Illia's gonna fucking ground and try to ground onto me, I'm gonna pull and counter. That's his whole game, bro. Yeah, so just so y'all know, when he's so I'm gonna just break this part down. Just so y'all know, when he's leaning back, that means left hand is available to counter. Left hand is available. This is available. He can't throw a right doing that. So basically, in my opinion, from here, he can only throw a left, unless he obviously pulls back like that and falls into the right. You know what I'm saying? But if he's back here, he can really only throw this. So in my opinion, you could post. So it's one of these. You post, so he doesn't sit. So he can never sit, and he's constantly backing up while keeping this position. And then you throw the two. So it's like a post 1-2, stretch out, hang that 1, fire that 2. Because he can't come over the top unless he slips your initial 1. And you can see if his head moves off center line. If it moves off center line, he's obviously gonna throw, because these kind of guys they move their head with their throwing. Like, you know what I mean? So you kind of look at his position. He's like this, but then he'll also kind of lean in like this. So that obviously this means if he's like this, that means his right hand is ready to throw, obviously. So he could be susceptible to a left hook right here. You could throw a left hook on him, but he's constantly going like this, so he can fall in faster. Basically, it's like a shortcut. He's like, and to bait you into coming in to throw something. I'm just trying to put you in the shoes of if you're fighting Illia Topuria, and he like constantly did this thing, then you could definitely walk him down, hold out that 1, throw the 2. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, that's the only thing he can really do to, if he's not gonna also learn how to, if he doesn't want to learn the whole game of how to kind of move off the y-axis and kind of make yourself look like you're about to throw something and then come in and throw something, or look like you're right here and then come in and throw something. Like, cause that's what Illia's doing. He's really confusing the fuck out of Max by leaning forward every now and then, and he's not gonna throw two. He's gonna actually throw one, cause it makes it look like you're gonna throw two, and leaning backwards, and then if he pressures him, he's gonna, like, it's probably confusing the fuck out of him. Let's see what he does right here. That's not. That was terrible, dude. Oh my fucking gosh. That was the worst entry I've ever seen in my life, dude. Wow. Max must have been fighting for his life right here, dude. If you had to go into southpaw and it's not even refined. So first of all, never lead with a 2. Never lead with a 2. Ever. Unless it's off of a feint. Unless you set up a shot. Like, because if you lead with a 2 and he's already in this position, oh my god, he could have been killed right there. He could have just walked. Yeah, like if Illia would have fell on a fucking 3 right there, Max is 9-9. That's literally the Jamal versus Pereira knockout. You just watched it. He's kind of scared. Get out of my distance. No. Boxing 101. Lead with the jab always. Lead with the jab always. The jab is the setup, bro. You have to use the jab to set up anything. And that all comes back to positioning. If you're like in this position, you can lead with the jab a lot easier. I mean, you could also do it like this too, but I'm trying to understand why the fuck Max thinks it's smart to lead with his 2. Who told him that was a good idea? He could have just went, you could at least hide the 2. You could at least hide the 2. Like, get in the distance, take your step, hide the 2, and then walk in. Like, instead of just fucking. Why? Like, that looks so fucking stupid. Why would you do it in conventional either? Why would you? That's the most terrible move. You should. Oh, I'm kind of understanding now. You should lean forward first if you're gonna do that. If you're ever gonna lead with a 2, you should lean forward first. Then you should do that and then move off center line. That's what you're supposed to do every time. If you're gonna fucking 1-1-2 in conventional, if you're gonna 1-1-2 in conventional, you better know how to 1-1-2 in fucking southpaw, bro. You better know how to do that. If you don't, then don't fucking switch stances, bro. Never. That tells you that you need to start learning how to switch stances in MMA. If you don't know how to switch stances, then you suck at striking. Or you just have a really good conventional like Illia. Or you know how to bounce off the ball. If you can learn, so in my opinion, if you can learn how to bounce in and out of the void and slip with your punches in both stances, that's the secret to the best fighter in existence. Like, so what I'm trying to tell you is, if Illia was out there and he could switch stances even a little bit, like, he would shit on his current version of self. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, that's how much better it would make you if you knew how to switch stances and do it correctly. Because even Max is resorted to switching stances even when it's horrible. He should never show that. But he literally has to, because that's the only way he can try to catch Illia off guard, because of Illia's positioning, XY positioning, where he can throw, lean forward, where he can fucking left hook, lean back. In my opinion, Max could win a rematch if he refines his southpaw, because what the fuck he threw right there was terrible. But if he would have thrown that earlier while he was in southpaw, it might have landed. Oh, floating, I want to try to throw that too. Then that low key could land. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if he could try to, ooh. If he could try that, that might work. Or he could try to kind of start to slip outside like he was gonna throw the right hook, but he's gonna slip and he's gonna throw a jab. I think that jab would connect. I think if he started to work outside, almost like he was gonna slip in and do a circle out in southpaw stance in this position. But like I said, he doesn't. It's not very refined. His southpaw is clearly not very refined. But he has, if he wants to try to throw his right hook and bounce out of the void, then he can. He could try to get a jab in there. He could try to double up on the one, throw a two. He could try to slip in and fucking throw a two. He could try these things if he knew how to do them, and then if it didn't feel awkward. But instead, what he does, which I just showed you the best options you could do, and out of all the options, he went left fucking field, and did this. What the fuck was that, Mac? I can't even do it. I can't even make it. I can't even do it because it was so ugly. What the? Oh, bro, like, don't wonder why you got KO'd, bro. Don't fucking ask questions. Don't wonder, bro. He told you exactly about the Justin Gaethje technique, or the Justin Gaethje KO. He told you about the technique in that and how it was zero, and you went out here and showed him what the fuck he was talking about, bro. It's like if Sean O'Malley was able to KO Cheeto Vera. Like, Cheeto didn't want to fight, he didn't want to beat her, but Sean O'Malley only knows how to bounce in and out of the void, not in and deeper into the void, if you get what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. You got 3 ways to go. You don't only have 2. Fuck what everybody's telling you. We're at a point where we need to evolve our game, because even boxers, modern day boxers, don't know what the fuck I'm even talking about. They're still down here. They still need to evolve, because they know the 2 steps of the void and how to work it, but they don't know the 3rd one. And that's ultimately an issue, because if you don't, you're not going to see a punch coming when I slip inside to counter. You're not going to see it coming when that is taboo to you. You don't know what the fuck I'm even doing. So people need to watch this fucking video and listen to me, because right now Illia Topuria is one of the only people that even know what the fuck I'm talking about in the whole world. Believe it or not. If you need it when you're losing, you need to learn how to do it when you're winning. It don't fucking matter if you're winning. You still need to learn how to do that shit. It'll make you a better fighter. So key takeaways is, especially if you're fighting a dude that's mastered conventional technique, you need to learn how to fight in southpaw. Look at the people that have learned how to do them, and look at how they become the best fighters in the fucking world, the best strikers in the world. I mean, I think even Sean O'Malley can do good just based off the fact that he could switch stances against pro boxers. I think he could do good against Ryan Garcia just off the fact that he can switch stances. That alone helps him a lot. But there's like 4 steps. And that's what I want to be. I want to be the perfect fighter, but you have to do all the steps. So realistically, Illia is not the best fighter ever. There is going to be better fighters. Ooh, I'm scared for the future. I'm not going to lie. Fighting the perfect fighter is nowhere near to be existed yet. Nowhere near. But it's possible to make him. It's possible to make him. And that's the journey we're on, Buster. That's the journey we're on, you know what I'm saying? Ah!